Let's talk about choice today. And I will use a few simple metaphors to really make a point with confidence and with the nice guy pattern. When you're at home and you want to make yourself a dinner, you have a choice, right? You can use your mind freely and you can just make a decision what you want to eat. You make a choice to take the bread out of the case, you put it in the toaster, you choose to then put it out, you put the butter on it, you put jam on it or whatever you want to put on it, and you freely decide to make this for yourself, this dinner for yourself, in order to experience the feeling of nutrition and the feeling of pleasure, right? If you want to make something nice for yourself. Now, if it's so easy, if you can just make a decision, go after it, and make yourself experience pleasure, how is it possible that when it comes to other people, whether it's women or one woman or groups of people, it becomes almost impossible? How is it possible that when you are single and you see a beautiful woman across the street that you like, how is it so difficult to just come to her, share with her your truth that you like her because of XYZ, and you want to meet her and you want to get her number because maybe you want to go out with her? How is it so difficult? How come it's impossible almost to say no to someone at work who wants you to do their job? Why is it almost impossible to give feedback to people who are clearly making your life more difficult at work, for instance, or in the family, and simply communicate clearly what you want in order to avoid pain that you might be experiencing or in order to experience more pleasure? Right? How is it possible that you put yourself voluntarily in a situation when you will be listening to another person who is telling you about something that you're not interested in, yet you stay there and you're nodding and you're saying yes and you're saying of course, and then you somehow interact with this person. How is it possible that when you're on your own, you clearly have this choice, you clearly have a possibility to make a decision and create pleasure for yourself and avoid pain, but when it comes to dealing with other people, it becomes impossible? Here, I would like to share with you the nice guy pattern. Some of you guys may have already heard about this. For some of you, it may be new. But if you are experiencing these things and what they all have in common is that you don't like the feeling of emotional tension, that you feel like that there might be the feeling of emotional discomfort because what other people think or see and what you think or experience, then you might be running a nice guy pattern. The nice guy pattern is an unconscious psychological mechanism that makes you behave in a certain way that's really not working for you. That's a major source of self-sabotage. It works on several levels. On a psychological level, there are several core beliefs that the person forms early in the childhood, and these beliefs are running the decisions that the person does on autopilot. These 5 beliefs are this. The first one is, I am not okay the way I am. There's something about me, I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something about me that's not okay, and I am not okay the way I am. When you tap into this part of yourself and you suddenly become run by it, and you're not conscious of it, immediately what comes after that for most of the people who are running this is, I must become what other people want me to become in order to be safe and loved, in order to survive, right? So practically what this looks like, the person gets into their head and they start thinking immediately, what do I have to say? Who do I have to be? How should I, what gestures should I use? When should I laugh? Who do I need to be in order for this person to like me? In order for this person to be okay with who I am. And this is incredibly exhausting. This is incredibly tiring to do and to be. In using the psychology terms, people, this is the 4th survival reaction called fawning, right? There's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Fight, right? Like, you want to be stronger than the opponent. You want to be the opponent. Flight, you're not stronger than the opponent. You want to run away from the opponent. Freeze, You want to stop everything, stop moving so that the opponent doesn't see you and you're safe. And fawn, which is something that comes out of the complex post-traumatic stress disorder, is that you want to become the opponent. You want to become who the opponent wants you to become, so that you are safe and the opponent leaves you alone and you can do your thing. If you've been doing this, you might have developed 3 beliefs that are driving the most of your social interactions when you are in the pattern and you're not aware of it. The first one is, if I am nice and if I am good, everyone will love me and like me. This is really a common sense thinking, what kids developed when they're not present in their heart, when they just observe the interactions as a kid. This is how the ego develops in a way. And the logic behind this, if I am nice and if I am good, then I can't fuck anything up, really. Like, everyone likes nice people, everyone likes good people. I can't get into much trouble, so I'm safe. So I'm going to be faking my smile, even though I don't feel any desire to smile whatsoever, right? I'm going to be faking that I'm listening to people, because nice and good people are listening to other people. If a woman wants something from me and I don't feel like doing it, I want to be a gentleman. Being a gentleman is always the right thing. And even if it is deep inside against myself, I will do what they want me to do, because it is somehow the right thing. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should be a dick, right? I'm not suggesting that you should not be a gentleman. What I'm suggesting is that being true to yourself is extremely important. And if you are betraying yourself and masking and over and over and over again and losing self-respect because of that, then you're justifying it with being a gentleman. It's self-disrespectful and it creates self-resentment. And this is when the problem happens, because what guys who are running the nice guy pattern, they start accumulating these emotions inside, resentment and anger, and then they start to be needy, and then they get into troubles in the relationships, in their careers, and in all sorts of spaces, right? So this is the first pattern. If I am nice, everyone will love me and like me. Even if I don't feel like being nice, if I am, then I'm safe, then I'll be loved. This is the first. The second is, if I meet other people's needs without them having to ask, they will meet my needs without me having to ask. It's really a transactional relationship where I'm giving to other people not because it feels nice, not because I genuinely want to give because it's deeply fulfilling, but there are strings attached. If I give, I will receive. Therefore, if I don't receive, I have a right to be angry. And if I don't have a right to be angry because of the first one, I must be nice, then the anger will be repressed. And every few months, I will explode. I will go into anger outbursts. I will lose my shit. And then probably I will beat myself up and I will be feeling ashamed and guilty, because that's not what nice and good people do, right? And this is what creates an even more psychological and emotional tension inside the body. And then it gets more difficult to handle tension, because like the person becomes a pressure cooker. So that's the second. If I am nice to, if I meet other people's needs without them having to ask, they're going to meet my needs without me having to ask. Number three belief: if I do everything right, I will have a safe and problem-free life. So from the inside of a person who's running the nice guy pattern, it looks like out there are the right things to do and the wrong things to do. And based on what result I will experience if I try something, if I express myself, I will retrospectively discover whether I did right or whether I did wrong. And what people who are running the nice guy pattern do very often is that when they discover they did something wrong, they beat themselves up. They should have done it differently. They should have known better. They should have this. They should have that. And the next time, they will try logically and analytically figure out even harder what is the right thing to do in order for them to feel safe and loved. The problem of this is that this third belief completely suppresses the individual self-expression, individual and authentic self-expression, because the reality is that there's no right or wrong. There are things that bring some results that you want, and there are things that don't bring the results that you want. But it doesn't mean that they're right or wrong, right? There are guys who did things that no one else did before them, and they created the results, and this is really the source of innovation, right? But it's impossible to do this with the mindset of right or wrong. Now, from this place, what's important is that all the stuff that I've talked about until now is driven by one thing that is at the core of all of this, and that is avoiding emotional tension. When a guy who's running the nice guy pattern starts to feel emotional tension, this thing gets activated in him. And because these things, for most men who are running the nice guy pattern, have been present, and these things are present in the body for decades, it becomes very quick and very automatic. And they immediately shift into this state of avoiding emotional tension and running on these beliefs. Now, this group and this YouTube channel, if you're watching on YouTube, is really about natural masculine confidence. And the essence of natural masculine confidence is your ability to handle the emotional tension, to step into emotional tension on purpose, and to be able to enjoy the emotional tension, right? Just like a little kid, if you see little kids, when they are feeling safe, this starts to happen from year 1 to year 3. When they are feeling safe and when they are enjoying, no, when they're feeling safe, they can now enjoy themselves. And now they can be a little rebellious. They can be a little provocative, little rascally maybe, right? Like you can imagine this, or maybe even seen kids like kids like this. They're looking at the parent, they're kind of observing it, and they're in this playful energy, wondering what's going to happen. And they just grab the bottle of milk and they just throw it away, and they're watching and they're laughing. And you know what? It's like they know that they're doing something bad that they shouldn't do, but they want to explore what happens. They're expressing themselves. They're expressing their individuality and getting to learn what it feels like, right? And they're having fun with this. They step into emotional tension because they want to experience what happens in the emotional tension. And with that, they learn. If their parents are playful, they learn, they grow, they're learning about themselves, and then they take this skill for the rest of their lives, and they are doing this with their business, in their career, dating, right? Like they're giving honest compliments to women, and they're just wondering what it's going to be like, what she's going to react like. They're enjoying it. When the woman is enjoying it, they are enjoying the woman enjoying receiving the compliment, and they are having these conversations that are full of fun, that are full of flow, and it's just enjoyable. When you're building business from this place where you're doing it in order to learn how to handle more tension and how to enjoy more tension, it becomes fun. And you're wondering what you can do next, where you can explore yourself. And life is not anymore about what's right or wrong and what do I need to give in order to receive, but it's really about you expressing yourself and you having fun. And when you are able to do this with your girlfriend or with your date, you're having fun on the date. You're stepping into emotional tension. You're being a little bit mean. You're being a little bit over like a little rascal, but you're having fun. And because you're having fun, she's having fun. And you can literally say whatever you want. The words are not important, because what is important is coming from the underlying energy where you are, where you're at, where you're enjoying yourself. And this is really the essence of natural masculine confidence. When you are able to enjoy and handle the emotional tension that's in there, you're automatically learning every single time you step into tension. You're expressing yourself every single time you step into the tension. And you're using this every day to build amazing life for yourself. Because to build a business, it requires handling shitloads of tension, right? To go out with a girl that you really, really like, that's attractive, and you're almost feeling a little bit nervous. Actually, you're feeling shit scared. This requires you to handle the tension that goes with that. And if you keep doing this, you're going to handle more and more and more and more tension. If you build this into a habit, you become aligned with your nature. Which, like, if you have a testosterone, and if you are driven by testosterone as a man, you like challenge. You want to lead yourself into being able to handle more and to grow in your capacity to handle the tension. And when you do this, when you practice this, it immediately expands into all the areas of your life. Because if you start handling tension with women, immediately you start handling more tension with men. If you start handling tension with other people, with men and women, immediately your career is going to get better, right? Because if you can deal with tension better, you are better in sales. You're better in presentations. You're better in public speaking. You're better in all these things. And I could talk about this from many angles, but I believe the essence, and you will find this in every confidence program, in every psychology branch, in every leadership program, the essence is your ability to handle and enjoy emotional tension and express yourself as an individuality and have fun and enjoy life and build your dream life this way. Does it make sense? If you like what you heard and you would like to explore what this could mean for you, where you are holding yourself back, what is the reason why you are maybe avoiding emotional tension, here's what I have for you. Go to buymyros.com/book now and book a free session with me where I will help you diagnose your current situation. And if I can help you, I will show you if I can help you, I will show you how I would deal with your problem, with your situation, how it would look like if we were working together. Okay, this thing is free. Go to buymyros.com/book now and book the session with me today. And if that's you, then I'm going to talk to you soon.